Playback recently went to scenic Newark, New Jersey to do a story on the Uncle Floyd Show. What is the Uncle Floyd Show, you say? Well, it was created and is produced by Floyd Vivino, or Uncle Floyd, the show's focal point. Floyd, along with his cohorts, can be found singing, yelling, laughing, and carrying on every weeknight on channels 23 and 52 in this area. One thing's for sure, the Uncle Floyd Show is not for everyone.
Well, I must say it's good to see Oogie again. I haven't seen him all day. He was at the big puppet reunion. All the great puppets were there, and how's everybody doing, Oogie?
Well, I tell you, things are changing. I saw Howdy Doody. Boy, he got old. His head is starting to peel. You know, he said that they're going to have to give him an aluminum siding job on his head. I saw a lamb chop.
Floyd is also an accomplished ragtime pianist.
I love you so. That's my desire.
Floyd used to play honky-tonk piano in nightclubs to help pay for the production costs for the show in its early days, before he wound up in the New Jersey network. The show's been on, in one form or another, for over 10 years. One of the characters that has been with him from the beginning is Looney Ski, and he certainly lives up to his name.
Now, see, just look, I mean, it looks just like her. See, he has her mouth, and he has her eyes, and he has her nose, and he has her chin. He even has her teeth. It's incredible.
Yeah, and you have his jokes. Say.
Floyd slowed down long enough for us to talk to him when they weren't taping. And here's the results of that interview. How and where and when did the Uncle Floyd Show originate? In other words, how did it all begin?
It began January 29th, 1974 in Bergen County, in Bergen, Morrison, whatever county, in the UA Columbia cable TV system. From there, it was a kiddie show for little children, and they hated it.
Now?
Now our audience is mostly 18 to 35. That's our average viewer is 26 years old. That's our main audience. But it started out as a little kiddie show, and it went from cable to UHF in 1974. Channel 68 went on the air. Subsequently, syndication in 1982, and now public TV.
One thing I have to ask you.
Where do I get my hats?
Where do you get your hats? Is there a special store in Nebraska?
I used to buy them on Route 4. On Route 4 at Two Guys, which later became EJ Corvettes. They kept going out of business. Now it's a Caldor. So I would go there, and I saw a girl once putting it on, and she says, "Oh my God, who would buy this?" So I says, "I'll take a dozen." I love them. I think they're great hats.
Floyd traveled with carnivals along the East Coast before ever getting into television in the early 70s. A New Jersey native, here he talks about his childhood. Where did you grow up?
I grew up all over the state. I grew up in Ocean County. I grew up in Patterson, New Jersey, and I went to high school in Bergen County. So I had a little taste of the good, bad, and the ugly. You figure out which is which. I'm 26.
Right.
Hey, you look good. Anyway, as a child.
No, I'm not really 26. Some girls take me for 30, some for 40, 50, whatever they can get.
Yeah. As a child, what did you want to grow up to be?
A history teacher in high school.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was very good in history in school. It was my best subject. Unfortunately, math was my worst.
What's your fondest memory?
The first day the show went on the air.
What's the worst thing that ever happened to you?
I have dreams that someday it's going to end.
Possibly the most popular character is Floyd's puppet partner, Oogie. We asked him if Oogie gets an allowance. Yeah, what about
I put Oogie's money into a trust fund because he doesn't trust me.
Do you foresee a future Oogie show?
I hope not. Boy, I don't think my throat could take it. No, Oogie's more popular than me. I always said that. Someday I'm going to write a book about the show, and I'm going to call it Where's Oogie? Because if someone recognizes me, they never say, "Hi, Uncle Floyd." They say, "Where's Oogie?"
Yeah. Yeah. Where did you learn to play the piano?
I learned from a music professor with a monocle. His little monocle looked like Colonel Klink from Hogan's Heroes. He was a very thick German accent, Professor von Keller from Patterson. And I learned, he threw me out of his piano academy because I used to make up the middles of songs, like a Beethoven piece. I figured, gee, who the heck knows the middle of this? So I'd start off, learn the first page, the second and third page, I'd start ad-libbing. And that was it. One day he says, "Out! You're going out of my academy. I don't want you here. What is that? What are you doing? What is that? We work 1 day a week. We sleep 6. No, I work, believe it or not, I work every day on the show in some aspect or another, whether it's answering mail or thinking about what we're going to do the next show. It never ends.
Well, let's talk about the characters. Have most of the characters of the show been with you from the beginning, or?
Pretty much, yeah. They've all been kicking around with the show for a long time.
Floyd, what's the best advice you could give to a student back at RV right now?
General advice? Okay, my advice would be, while you're in high school, I would sap my teachers. I'd go like, if I saw a teacher, I'd make my hands claw, and I'd go up to them and get everything I could out of them, every one of them. I'd get everything out of them, because believe it or not, it's going to be over so soon. And it'll be over, and it'll be history, and it'll be, so like, get it all now. Really, I know when I was in high school, when I was in 9th grade, I says, oh, I'll never be a senior. It goes on forever. When I was a senior, I says, oh, I'll never get out of here. It's torture. I'll never get out of here. And how wrong I was, because I enjoyed a lot of my teachers, but some of them I didn't. And the ones I didn't now, I wish I was back there. I'd get my money's worth.
Do you socialize with the cast after hours? Like, are you friends with them?
Yeah, well, we do. We are. We're very close as friends. We like to think. I let Scott comes over to my house, and but we always end up talking about the show. That's the problem. We try to socialize, but some night I say, let's just go out and we'll have a pizza and get a couple beers or whatever, and we'll just sit and we won't talk about the show, and we always end up talking about the show all night. It's all we know.
Well, do you have any other hobbies besides
Me?
the show? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have a million hobbies. I collect old records, and I like to go to Caldor and try to create confusion.
Create confusion?
Yeah, by asking people where things are.
Okay.
Like you go up to somebody in Caldor and you say, where can I get ice buckets? And they go, oh, ice buckets. Wait a minute, I'll go to the hardware department and wait, and we'll send somebody to help you. And then, you ask another person there, and they all get all confused. Mm-hmm. It's like one of my things.
Who writes the skits on the show?
Can you tell?
Oh, you make them up as you go along. Wow.
We kind of do. We talk it over before we do it, and then we do it. We have a basic outline, but not much more.
That's kind of like playback.
Well, it's an art, right, and it's an art form. You have to use it and respect it as an art form that grinds up material. We do 5 shows a week. We did, I think, we did 2,700 some odd shows. Nobody can write. Yeah. Shakespeare, Eugene O'Neill. If any of these guys had to write for TV, it just takes it. It's out.
Yeah. Well, how did you wind up in the New Jersey network?
The man who hired me started on my show as an intern, worked his way up to cameraman, camera person, whatever you want to label it, then became the director of my show, then became the production boss of the station I worked at, then left there and came here, became a big shot here.
What's the purpose behind the Uncle Floyd Show? What do you try to achieve?
We try to achieve escapism.
Yeah.
People have problems, all ages. Everybody has problems. Everybody has things on their mind that bug them. So our show is you put it on and you say, oh, wow. You forget about your problems for a little while.
Okay.
If we can do that, if we can make somebody do that, then we did our job.
Okay. I agree. Well.
Also to become millionaires.
Floyd, I'd like to thank you for the interview. I'd like to have you back someday.
I'll be here anytime.
Well, this is Freddy Spaghetti in Newark, New Jersey at the New Jersey Network Studios with Uncle Floyd. Back to Tom.
And that's the way it was this month on Playback Video Magazine. I'll see you at the talent show tonight. And everybody